let's talk a little shop about our project again. I want you to do a little bit of thinking about some stuff. So we have created this bottom part. We have the edges rounded. We have the bottom flat. The top is flat. We have our channel cut in, sanded. I'm pretty happy with this. We have our slide cut. We have our pegs in the bottom. We don't have a handle on it yet, but I want you to think about something for a second. All right, so we know how this works, right? So as we slide it in, there'll be a jar up here at the top, and as we slide it back out, the hope is when you slide it in, whatever's in the jar is gonna fall into this hole, and then we'll remove it back out. And we'll keep doing that, and that will empty the jar. Now we know we have a top and a bottom for this. I need you to think about something that you see as a problem, all right? And the problem is not that there's a top, missing a top or a bottom, and it's not that the top doesn't have a hole in it yet. All of that stuff is coming down the road. But what is the problem? Let's see how this is gonna work. So I go here, okay, here, okay. So what is the problem? I want you to answer that. All right, we're back. Hopefully you were able to answer that question. And if you were able to answer it correctly, the problem is when this goes in and candy falls down, or whatever we have in it, Skittles, falls down, it's gonna fall right into the bottom, down here where the bottom's gonna be at, and it's not gonna come out, right? And it's just gonna fill up down here and it's gonna be a mess. So what we need is we need a floor on here, a floor as in a floor to this. And so when this goes in, there's a piece of wood there. Now, there's ways to do that, but I'm gonna show you kind of an easy way to kind of figure that out. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're actually going to go like this. Let's see if you can kind of do, so I'm taking wood out of the scrap bin. So you're gonna find something in the scrap bin, something that will work, and you're gonna slide it in like this and let it catch kind of on the edge like that. And then we're gonna peek inside the other side of it like this. And then what I need you to do is, this is where this sharp pencil comes into play again. We're gonna use a sharp pencil, okay? And we're going to go in here and we're gonna put a line right against the edge. Put an X over there. So we need this size piece. So everybody's is gonna be a little bit different. So that's why I can't give you a uniform size to say everybody cut it exactly this size. But this should match up with our part. Now, let's go ahead and go to the bandsaw and let's make that happen. Okay, here we are at the bandsaw, and what we want to do is we want to cut this off and keep this piece. And so we want the blade to just be on this side. All right, let's see how we did. Here is our piece. Here's the piece that we cut. And look at that. It fits absolutely perfect. Now, for the most part, that would solve our problem. But if you cut this incorrectly and you, so I'm gonna put two little marks on this so I know which way it goes. If you cut this incorrectly and you cut it a little bit too small, it's gonna fall right to the bottom. So what we're gonna do now is create a little ledge for this little floor to sit on. Now this ledge, again, is pretty simple to figure out. In this case, we could use this extra scrap piece. So watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a piece of my material, which is my floor, which I wanna go right there. And I'm just gonna go kind of backwards with this. And so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna set this up here like this, kind of spin this around, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a line, just like that. And this would set up on top of this like this, and should create our floor. So let's see how that works. Here we are back to the bandsaw. We're going to do the same thing. Here we go. Let's see how we put this together now. If we take our piece and put this back to where it belongs here, and we take our piece here and slide it in like that, which is exactly what we want, and our floor sits pretty good in there. It's pretty flush with the bottom, so I'm pretty happy with that. And so now I will have to eventually put this in here like this, and this will glue into the bottom, okay, like that. And then our floor is gonna go right on top of there like that, and then our slide like that, and so now our candy's not gonna fall through into the bottom. So hopefully that was you're able to understand that. It's just a scrap wood piece, and we'll get it right and make sure that it fits the way it's supposed to. Today's video is sponsored by Biggs sunflower seeds, proudly made in the United States. If you're at the ballpark, if you're in the yard, or just enjoying a snack, look for Biggs, one of the leading brands in sunflower seeds.